Very good afternoon, children. So, welcome back to this session, and today I am going to discuss question answers of the lesson Fair Play. We have already discussed this first lessons. Okay, so let me discuss these question answers. Yesterday I have discussed this question: who says this to whom and why? Okay, in that one many of you have responded well. So now let me just recap this one. My wife knows best how to run the house, meaning Juman speaks these words to his aunt. He wanted to get rid of his aunt. He did not want to give her any allowance. But is it right, my son, to keep mum and not say what you consider just and fair? The old aunt says this word to Algu Chaudhary. Why Algu Chaudhary actually was unwilling to give his judgment against his best friend. Okay. So now next is that so what have you to say in your defense, Algu Chaudhary? Algu said these words to Juman when he occupied the seat of the head. He was keen to do justice. Okay, so now this one also we have discussed. I can't pay you a penny for the rest beast you sold me. Who said to whom? Yes, Sahu said this to Algu Chaudhary. Okay. Actually, Algu had sold his bullock to Samju Sahu. The bullock died because Sahu overworked and underfed the animal. He didn't give him proper care. He didn't give him proper food. And moreover, that bullock, with this, he was trying to take the benefit. He was giving maximum load on this bullock. As a result, it became very, tired and not giving sufficient food also. As a result, the bullock, it died. Okay. But when Algu demanded his money, when Algu demanded his money from him, okay, then Samju Sahu, he just refused to pay him a single penny. That's not fair. Okay. So now, victory to the justice. Victory to this is justice. Okay, yoga victory to the justice. Okay, so now Juman was the head and he could easily give his verdict against Algu. But the seat of Punch made him fair and just. He asked Sahu to pay the money to Algu. At this, Algu shouted with joy and welcomed the fair judgment. Actually, when first of all, Juman was the head, he could easily give. When he was the head, he was the only one, judge. Okay, he could have easily give against Algu, because now they are not friends. Juman and Algu, their friendship changed into hatred. Now they are not friends. But the seat of Punch made him fair and just. Meaning what? As soon as he reached to that seat of the judge. Okay, that time there is a change. Okay, came in his mind, his conscious mind, try to tell him that you have to do the justice, and he did the same only. But the seat of the Punch made him fair and just, meaning he gave the right decision. What is correct he gave. He asked Sahu to pay the money to Algu. At this, Algu shouted with joy and welcomed the fair judgment. Okay, at this, Algu, he shouted meaning what? Out of his happiness. He was so happy because he never that his friend will give him full justice. Okay, but as soon as he got the justice, he became very happy and he welcomed the fair judgment, and he said, yes, victory to this justice. Meaning what? With the meaning only because of their right judgment, he got the justice. Okay, now next question. Then the situation changed. What is being referred to? Okay, the situation changed after the transfer of property. Actually, Juman's aunt, she transferred all the property to Juman. Okay, in a condition, just remember my dear children, in a condition that Juman and his wife, they would look after her, okay, in her lifelong, you can say lifelong, they should look after her lifelong. But after a couple years of service, they declined to look after her. His wife is not giving that aunt proper food, proper care, okay, nothing. She was unable to get anything, and that's why they were very unhappy. Okay, they were very she was very unhappy, and she thought of just complain against this. So she thought of, she became very unhappy, and she, first of all, she went to ask, her neighbor so that they can help her, they can support her. But what happened? Nobody was, taking care of her. Some were laughing at her, some were complaining, some were doing, means according to their mind they are commenting. Okay, others were telling you can, just try to adjust with him, just try to adjust with his wife. But she was not happy with that. Okay, aunt was not satisfied with this answer, and what happened? She planned to take revenge. Okay, not revenge, she planned to take the matter to the panchayat, and then she went to that panch. Okay, she went to that panch because she had this belief that she will get justice from that panchayat. Okay, so that's why the situation is changed. She has made mistakes because she has given everything to Juman, and after that they changed their mind. Okay, next question, all of you please take care. When Juman's aunt realized that she was not welcome in his house, what arrangement did she suggest? Okay, so but I just want to see your chat. Whatever I have discussed, my dear children, you have understood or not? Huh? Okay. Okay, you understood? So now let me get back. Yes. When Juman's aunt realized that she was not welcome in his house, what arrangement did she suggest? Yes, Juman's aunt could not bear insult anymore. Okay, she wanted to cook her food separately. She demanded monthly allowance for her nephew. Okay, so Juman's heart couldn't bear that insult because he ignored, his wife ignored, okay, all were ignoring, her. So as a result, she became, a bit upset. Okay, she wanted to cook her food separately. She doesn't want to, now she was unable to depend on them. She wanted to leave them, and she wanted to make her separate kitchen setup. And again she also demanded monthly allowance because everything she has given to Juman, and that's why she went to that court or that panchayat. Okay, so Juman's aunt couldn't bear that insult. What insult? Insult of his wife and his. Okay, Juman's, because both of them are just trying to avoid her. Okay, they are not looking after her, even they are not giving proper food on time. This is the most neglecting one, and he felt very insulted. Okay, and she wanted to cook her food separately. She demanded monthly allowance from her nephew. Okay, so now this question is clear. I hope it is clear. Now next question. Now next question. What was the villagers' reaction? What was the villagers' reactions? Okay, when the aunt explained. What was the villagers' reaction when the aunt explained her case to them? Okay, the old woman went to several villagers to explain her case and get their support. Okay, but some showed sympathy and some laughed at her. A few advised her to make peace with Juman. So see, different people, they give their different views. Okay, so villagers' reaction, if you want to see, it's quite natural. If you have any problem, if you ask to your neighbors, so different neighbors will give different type of solution. Okay, so the old woman also went to several villagers to explain her case and get their support. But what happens? Some showed sympathy and some laughed at her, and a few advised her to make peace with Juman. So that's why she was not satisfied with these answers. Okay, with this support. Some are showing sympathy, some started laughing, and some are advising. So what kind of nonsense it is? Okay, then ultimately she took decision of going to the panchayat. Okay dear, is it clear? Now next. Why was Juman happy over Algu's nomination as head punch? Okay, Algu and Juman were best friends. Okay, so Juman hoped to get the verdict in his favor. Naturally, he felt happy when the aunt named Algu to act as head punch. Okay, so Algu and Juman were best friends. Algu and Juman were best friends. Okay, very good. So Juman hoped, it is quite natural, Juman hoped to get the verdict in his favor. Naturally, he felt happy when the aunt named Algu to act as head punch. Because it is quite natural, Juman took it very granted that his friend Algu, he will definitely give verdict in favor of him only, because they have a very good friendship, and naturally he felt happy. But when the aunt named Algu as the head punch, he became very happy, because he thought it's very wonderful for them to get this support. Okay, so Juman was so very much happy, because he was knowing that Juman is his best friend, and a best friend can't go against his friend. But the situation is different when, as soon as Algo reached to that chair of judge, that his mentality is totally changed. Okay, he gave the proper justice. Okay. God lives in the heart of the punch, the aunt said. Okay, what did she mean? The aunt meant that a person in the seat of a judge becomes fair and just like God. He is not guided by his personal likes and dislikes. He cannot do any injustice. He is God's representative. Okay, so my dear children, you just try to understand. God lives in the heart of the punch. This is not a very easy word. You should take these lines very seriously. Who said these words? Aunt said these words. Why? What is the meaning of these lines? Because all the people of this area who are in need of justice, their eyes sat on them, sat on a judge only, and mean that a person in the seat of a judge become fair and just like God. He can't do anything negative. He can't see who is right, who is wrong. He can't see who is his close friends, who is his enemies. But he has to, after getting all the evidences, he has to give the right judgment. Okay, he has to give the right judgment. So the aunt meant that a person in the seat of a judge becomes fair and just like God. He is not guided by his personal likes and dislikes. Okay, he cannot do any injustice. He is God's representative. Okay, clear? So now my children, if you have any confusion, you just ask me your doubts. Any problem? Anybody? किसी को कोई problem है? Anyone? Do you want to ask me any question regarding this same, or is okay? Okay. Then let me finish this lesson. More questions are here. Now next question is that what was Algu's verdict as head punch? How did Juman take it? Okay. Algo heard the case and gave a fair judgment. Okay. Algo heard the case and gave a fair judgment. He asked Juman either to pay a monthly allowance to his aunt or transfer the property in her name. Juman was stunned. He became Algu's enemy. He decided to take revenge on Algo. Okay. Algo heard the case and gave a fair judgment. Okay. He asked Juman either to pay a monthly allowance. Okay. Algo heard, actually Algo, when he gave judgment, he collected all the evidences. Okay. He asked Juman either to pay a monthly allowance to his aunt or transfer the property in her name. अगर monthly पैसा देगा तो ठीक है, otherwise all the property will goes back to aunt. Then Juman was stunned. Juman was, he was not, in a position to accept Algu's verdict, because he thought, how can he give, because he is his best friend. He became Algu's enemy. Okay. He became Algu's enemy. He decided to take revenge on Algo. He thought of taking revenge. This is not the right thing, because he thought intentionally he was doing something wrong with him. Okay. Now next one. Algo found himself in a tight spot. What was his problem? Okay. Algo found himself in a tight spot. Tight spot here, it is in a difficult situation, difficult position. Okay. What was his problem? Actually, Algu sold his bullock to Samju Sahu. Already I have discussed, a cartman, and Sahu promised to pay the price within a month. But during this period, he took so much work from the animal that it died. As Sahu became dishonest, he refused to pay the money. Okay, and actually tight position is that he has sold his bullock to Samju Sahu. He is a cart driver, but cart driver is so cunning. He give that bullock too much of load, and he was not giving him full fledged meal to him. Okay, as a result, the bullock, it couldn't bear its trouble and it died. Okay, due to malnutrition, we can say he didn't get timely food, it didn't get proper care and proper rest. As a result, that died. But Sahu, he became so much of dishonest, he became so much of naughty person, we can say. He refused to pay the money to Algu Chaudhary, and that is why Algu Chaudhary, he was in a very dangerous position, in a very tight spot. Okay, so clear, children? Now again another question is that, okay, next class I will ask you questions, some other questions left that I will discuss, and rest of the part I will ask you in your classroom. Okay, you have to get ready with your answers. Why was Algo upset over Juman's nomination as head punch? Okay, Algo को क्यों वो upset हो गया था बताओ? Okay, because Algo was upset because Juman was already annoyed with him. He was knowing that Juman's behavior towards him is not good. He is so very much angry with him, and he will definitely try to take the revenge against him. So he thought Juman would take his revenge. That's why Algu was bit in a tension. He thought he will definitely take the revenge. Okay. So my dear children, up to this today, next class I will discuss more questions. So if you would like to ask me any doubts, you just ask me your doubts. Children, if you have any doubts, you just ask me. Yes, definitely. And all of you read the lesson properly. Without reading, you don't come. Okay? And all the children, you should buy your book. Okay, Ira Vasare, will you send PDF or not? What kind of question it is? You don't have this book? Ira, you don't have book? Because so far as my knowledge is concerned, I also purchased books from for Manojay, from Balaji, and all the children they have purchased. You, why didn't you buy then? And you haven't collected book also? Ira, you don't have book? It was sent by Ishan. Mane, what I don't understand, I am asking whether you have book or not. I am discussing only book. Okay, anyway, children, you just read this lesson, and no, I don't think any difficult words are there, no difficult words. Okay, so read this lesson and try to understand it, and make small questions, okay, and try to find out answers of the same. It will help you to learn and to know more and more. Okay. So now you just ask me any question regarding the same. You just ask me this lesson regarding this same lesson. If you have any doubts, you just ask me. Okay. Santosh, any doubts? Bhavya, Narayan Pandey, Rishi, Nirmai, If you have any doubts, you just ask your doubts now. Rajlakshmi, no doubts, okay. Shardul Bhatkar, very good, no doubts, good. Yes, those who have given taking class seriously, they are getting good marks. Okay. Okay, my dear children, thank you very much for attending this class. Okay. Stay home, stay safe. Bye bye. Thank you.